Chrissy Swan Show.
Now, I've struck a chord on Instagram. I posted a photograph of some biscuit crumbs that I'd ground up to make a banoffee pie, but just didn't get around to it. And I've got this magical power, or lack thereof, of never being able to choose the right container for the quantity of stuff.
And we spoke about this the other week, and I asked, even with practice, have you gotten better? And you said, nah.
No, I
never
generally
will.
have to consult with Peg, who's very good at that, but she wasn't there.
Okay.
The picture that I posted has about 3 centimetres of biscuit in the bottom in a huge spaghetti-sized jar. Now, when I chose it, I swear on my life.
I saw it and I was like, she's taking the PIS.
No, I actually did it. And every time I look at it and I think, how could I be so wrong? Now, I don't know what it's called. I think it might be spatial. It's something. 13 24 10. Do you have this problem? Can you shine any light on it? Am I alone here?
Your comment on Insta blew up.
Always the wrong size. Always.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
I've got a very special gift. I've had it my whole life. I can never calculate the right container to put anything in. And I'm not just talking about leftovers, although that's a pretty big one.
That would be a big task for you.
It is massive, and I always choose either a container too big or way too small. But like even the other day, I bought a box of tea bags, and you know, chaotic Chrissy doesn't know how to open a box of tea bags, so I stab it all over and tear it open.
You really are Jeffrey Dahmer.
Totally, and then I can't ever use that box again. So I recycle the box, and then I find a container to put the tea bags in, which I leave, you know, near where I make my cup of tea. I've really thought about it. I'm standing in front of a cupboard full of plastic, and I'm like, that's the one. That is going to fit. And I take it over, and it's too small by about half.
Well, the example you shared on Instagram last night, which is on our story at the Chrissy Swan Show,
Yep.
is like not even half. That's like a quarter into this of, what is it, crushed biscuit?
Crushed biscuits.
Into a container. Like that, I thought you were having a laugh.
No.
That's how bad you are at it.
That is how bad I am at it. And I'm not alone. I've had over 200 people say to me, oh my God, I am exactly the same. Either like you do a full spaghetti bolognese and then you think, oh, well, that's good. I'm going to get a whole other meal out of that. And then it's overflowing out of the container.
I wouldn't be able to cope.
Michael, you have got a tip that's going to change our lives.
Is that the low iron Swan Meister? How are you?
It is. How did you know I've got low iron? Did I tell you?
You told us the other day on air.
Oh, did I? See, that's the classic me, Michael. I forget.
That's all right. A chef by trade. I'm just thinking in terms of I pack a lot of cookies, and what I do, I just use the lid as a guide, and I put the lid on the table, and then I'll put the cookies that are cooked on top of it to see across and down as to how many I can get in. Or you can also buy 2 small containers that fit inside a large container. So if the big container is too big, then you can fill the 2 small containers and put them inside.
Oh, Michael, you've lost me at cookies. I can't understand a word you're saying. At the moment, there's just a sea of scribble and words floating around my head.
Wait, so Michael, why would you stack the cookies on the container lid?
Well, because then you'll see that 3 cookies by 6, for example, and then you know you can get 18 in on one level.
Because the lid is the same size as the bottom of the container.
Yeah. Or you can turn that container upside down and use the base as your guide as well, because it's the same as the lid.
I like
So
it.
That's good.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad, but it would require some sort of logic in the brain.
Well, you're either born with that or you're not. So you were just lucky you got the look.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
No one, especially women of a certain age, should ever feel invisible, disconnected or unimportant. Priceline Pharmacy celebrates you and all your uniqueness at every age, because at Priceline, it's always a festival of you.
Head in store or online at priceline.com.au.
The Chrissy Swan Show. Chrissy's Clickbait.
It's been a big week for Gwyneth Paltrow. First, she was in the news for being eternally hungry. People weren't happy about that. They're not happy about soup for lunch.
Aren't they?
No, they're not.
I mean, let her do her thing.
Yeah.
Or no?
Let her do her thing, yes. But I don't endorse talking about,
Yeah, that sort of stuff.
yeah,
You also-
a day on the plate sort of thing.
And we recently spoke about her undergoing rectal ozone therapy, if you remember.
I mean, she'll give anything a go, including an unbelievable Luke in the courtroom. She's in court.
Yeah, I did see this.
She had a ski drama. How rich is that?
It is. That's a proper rich person problem.
People that ski are just in a different realm.
Skiing in money.
Have you been skiing? Have you ever been skiing?
Never.
No, me neither. So she was skiing in Utah and apparently, allegedly, ran into someone, had a collision, and then he came off second best. And my favourite part of this story is she just took off on the slopes.
Good on it. That's all part of skiing, man.
She got out of there, but the guy's mad, so he's brought her to court. But she is sporting the most unbelievable, I'm calling it serial killer ski chic look.
Okay.
And she's actually wearing a pair of glasses that I selected from Specsavers.
You do. You did the Dharma glasses.
The Dharma glasses. People are comparing her to Jeffrey Dahmer, and they're right. I'm putting my Jeffrey Dahmer glasses on right now. I'm stylish.
You did it first.
Don't check my deep freeze. That's all I want there. So anyway, she's in all sorts of trouble there. She'll get off.
She'll be fine.
Rich people always do, isn't that right? Now, here's a heartwarming story. I loved it. A woman called Mandy Watts, who lives in Toowoomba, the Darling Downs, makes hats for chickens.
Good on it.
She makes little hats for chickens. I'm showing you a photograph of like a witchy poo hat on a chook and a little old lady hat with a pair of pince-nez glasses. The reason she does it?
Why?
Okay, so she started when she was 10, just knitting squares as you do, and she never went back to it. Like 40 years later, she saw a picture of a chicken with a helmet on, and she thought, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen. So then she started making hats for chickens, and she was asked why she does it, and she says, someone might be having a bad day and then they scroll through Insta and they see a chicken with a hat on and it just makes them feel better. Amen. That made us feel better here.
It did.
It sure did.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Lose the mirror selfie immediately.
Oh, shit. I didn't press that.
Hey, you old chook. You look like an old chook in that mirror. That's probably why I don't do the mirror selfie. So the mirror selfie, let's define it.
Yeah.
All right. It's when you're standing in front of the mirror and you hold your phone up and you get the reflection of what you're wearing.
Yeah, you take a photo of what you're wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the mirror.
Yes.
I think it's a very handy and practical tool because I'm alone a lot.
Yeah, okay.
So if I need feedback on an outfit or if someone says, what are you wearing? You can't go like this. You've got to do a mirror selfie because that's the only practical way.
The only other way is setting up a self-timer. Like, I have a rule right on my Instagram. If you love a selfie, go for it. But I find selfies like a bit lazy. So on my Instagram grid, you won't see a selfie, maybe on a story, but I like to have an actual photo taken or someone to take the photo.
I love these rules so much.
That I've just never broken. But with it, it's like, you can also do the self-timer.
Is a mirror selfie the same as a selfie? They look very different.
You're right.
In your book.
You're right.
Because, it's the full body, whereas a selfie
is like a handheld raised photo.
Yeah, what's worse, the selfie or the mirror selfie to you?
I think the selfie. The mirror selfie I approve of more because sometimes, like, if influencers are taking photos of their outfits, it's like it looks good. The only thing is, this is going to sound... I don't mean it to be ageist.
Yeah, but
like,
you're in a safe place.
I mean, I'm 26, but sometimes when my mum would send me a photo of her in the mirror, it's like, oh, it's a full boomer selfie.
Okay, what's a boomer selfie?
If you're like trying to hold the phone, like if you don't know how to naturally hold the phone. So if you're like she sometimes holds it with two hands like this. And I'm like, no, mum. Or like she'll be trying to get the shot, but the camera out away from her body. So she moves it to the right and goes like this.
Oh, I do all of that.
And I'm like, no.
So how should I do a mirror selfie?
Well, this is the hard thing. I think you either have it or you don't.
Yeah,
so,
right. You're born with it.
You're born.
Maybe
it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline, exactly.
You've got to hold. I just feel like you've got to be natural about it and a bit candid, like that.
And also, here's another question for you listening as well. This is very important information. When you are ready to take the photo, where do you look? Are you looking at your image on the phone or are you looking at the mirror?
Whatever makes your jawline look best.
Oh, my God. I am writing that down. Actually, maybe that'll be the tattoo I'll get.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
It's time for this now.
Chrissy's Boot Loot.
Yes, much has been discussed about the state of my boot.
So,
And
because we work in commercial radio, it's now a segment.
Great. Better be careful what I bring to air. I have rated my boot, okay? And we are going to play a game called Boot Loot or Trunk Junk. You get to choose. I've got a few items here from my actual boot. And I've also got some great top-level prizes from Priceline Pharmacy.
So
Clear Skin.
Boot Loot's sort of the chicer version.
The loot is the good stuff, and the junk could be better, but it could be worse.
So it's a gamble.
It's a gamble. Natasha, what are you going to go for? Boot loot or junk
Or a mama.
or
It
trunk?
has to be the boot loot.
You going boot loot?
All right, let's open it.
All right, let's open it up. Let's see what it is. It is a clear skincare pack from Priceline Pharmacy for you. You're going to love that.
Thank you.
You're very safe though, Natasha. Have we got another safe one next? Dakota, is it going to be the junk in my trunk or is it going to be the loot in my boot?
Oh, it's always got to be the junk in your trunk.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. All right.
Let's open the trunk junk.
Okay. I have here for you, Dakota, some hair dye I bought in lockdown. No guarantee that it will still have any colour, but it's yours. The box is even torn on the bottom.
But still good, better than nothing.
Good on you, Dakota. That's what we like. Christy, trunk junk or boot loot?
I am going to go the trunk junk.
Yes, girlfriend. For you, Christy, I've got a wallet that I bought in Bali and never used.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's really nice. It's stylish. It's green, turquoisey colour.
Oh,
And
perfect.
it's big, though. Won't fit in your bum bag if you're part of the bum bag lifestyle.
Looks like it's a cover for one of those calculators you'd have in high school. That's the exact shape of it.
It's big. It'll fit a street directory in it. But it's yours, Christy, and good on you for choosing the trunk junk. Virginia, what will it be? Boot loot or trunk junk?
No, I'm going to go the boot loot.
All right. A clear skincare pack from Priceline Pharmacy for you. And finally, Kelly, what is it going to be? Trunk junk or boot loot?
I will go junk trunk.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
This is going to be really hard for me to give away.
it's merch.
And I may not do it. Do you remember when ABBA last year announced that they were doing that weird-ass hologram tour thing?
I do.
It's called Voyage.
Yeah.
I've got a T-shirt with ABBA Voyage written on it.
Oh, perfect.
What size are you?
On the larger side.
Well, look, try it on, and if it's too tight across your boozies, I'll find you something else.
Awesome.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Did you know The Weeknd has just been crowned the world's most popular artist?
I did see that.
The most listened to artist on Spotify.
It's interesting because he's massive and like his tunes are elite, but
I agree, he's incredibly talented, and I love everything he's done.
there are others out there though.
I just would have thought, I mean, look, I don't
Well,
want
yeah,
to
here we
harp on
go.
about it.
Here
but
we go.
I just would have thought that Taylor Swift would have had... I think the work that I did on Taylor Swift on Spotify in lockdown really should have tipped her over the edge here.
Not enough.
I've let myself
She's
down.
going to blame you.
I've let everybody down.
The Chrissy Swan Show. Chrissy's clickbait.
Lindsay's in a spot of bother. Newly pregnant too, Lindsay Lohan. She's been hit with SEC charges, which is like the American version of like ASIC, I reckon.
Okay. Yeah.
They're alleging that she advertised a crypto scheme. You know how I feel about crypto.
Yeah.
She advertised as a crypto scheme on socials, etc., but didn't say that she was getting paid for it.
That's so Lindsay.
It is so Lindsay, but also, like, if I see anything for a cryptocurrency scheme, I know that it's
I just think
rubbish.
it's a scam.
Yeah.
Not even an ad. I just think it's a straight scam.
Exactly. So do I.
People should know. But I guess you've still got to disclose it.
You do. And I suppose how hard is it to write hashtag ad?
Correct.
But still people don't read it. I do ads on Instagram and I write hashtag ad and then someone goes, is this an ad? And I'm like, refer to where it says...
Karen, look in my Insta caption, mate.
Yeah, look, please refer to where it says paid partnership with. The other two naughty people that got caught in this scam thing is the great Neo. Oh, yeah.
So tired.
Yes, I love that song.
I also love Closer.
I reckon this is one of the top songs ever.
Best.
I can't think, I just can't stop. Yes, Neo. I mean, come on.
Don't stop.
And also don't bring your reputation down
For crypto.
with crypto. All right, let's move on. I was going to talk about Akon, but we just love Neo so much.
Hang on.
Now, this is the opposite scale. Neo, yes. Akon, no.
I don't hate this. It's not Neo quality. I know what you mean.
No, it's not Neo quality. Let's move on to some happy news for Tones and I. The dance monkey sensation. Do you remember that song? Absolutely was played every minute of every day.
Seriously.
Kids loved it. Grown-ups loved it.
America loved it.
America loved it. Everybody loved it. Well, Tones and I has married her best friend in Bali. I didn't even know she had a fella.
Yeah.
But they had a beautiful ceremony in Bali. Hope nobody ended up on the toilet.
Weddings in Bali are just a big no from me.
It's hit and miss. I have been to one and it was absolutely brilliant.
Was it?
Yeah. And look, she looked gorgeous. Her new husband is called Jimmy. Great name.
He's quit his job.
Yeah, well, he's a roadie for her now.
Yeah.
A technician.
Never used to be.
I love it.
Good on you,
He's a
Jimmy.
footy player. Good on you, Tones and I.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
It's time for this.
Swan's sweeping statements.
I love this segment. I think I'm being a bit naughty though, Jack, because I'm thinking of ones. Like I've got one here. I've got plenty of them. One here is like.
Don't give them all away,
I'm just
though.
going to give you one.
Okay.
I'm going to give you one. Stylish baby clothes are a total waste of money, right? Total waste of money.
I disagree, but okay.
Why do you disagree?
Because I've got a mate with a kid that he dresses real cool in like cool Uniqlo baggy clothes, and I appreciate it. It's a stylish kid walking around.
Do you know how long the wear is that you'll get out of that outfit? About 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's stupid, but I didn't think that you would get your back up over that, but I'm glad you did. 13 24 10, by the way. What is your unpopular opinion on a sweeping statement? Here's my sweeping statement for you, Jack. 2 pillows is all you need on a bed. Boom!
If you have no style or aesthetic
No,
taste.
no. If you've got all of those things, but you're a human being who likes to sleep in the bed, you just need 2.
It's not school camp, mate. Chuck a few extra pillows
No,
on there.
2. Why do you need? How many have you got on yours?
I've got 4 pillows and 2 cushions.
Well, that's just stupid. How many
No, it's
heads have
not.
you got?
1.
Well, why do
2,
you need?
if you want to get specific.
Yeah, true, that's true. Imagine if you had a little tiny pillow for your old fella. Anyway, I just think that's ridiculous.
That's really surprising because you have a really well-styled house.
Do I?
Yeah.
I don't really have any style at all. My house is as bonkers as I am.
Yeah, but it's to a style. It's a chaotic style.
Yeah, it's chaos. It's chaos, and I still only have 2 pillows on my bed, so there.
Well, the only room in your house that's not stylish is your bedroom.
Haha.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Hit the button, Jackie.
Swan's sweeping statements.
Oh, yes. Things are going to get heated. We're going to kick things off with you, Jessie. What is your unpopular opinion / sweeping statement?
All melons are overrated.
Wow, this is big. By all melons, list them.
Watermelon, honeydew, rock melon, any melon. Like when I buy a fruit salad, it's like 97% melon, 1% grape, and 2% strawberries.
Yes, it is. That's exactly the breakdown. Why is it? And that makes you feel like, well, they're just filling it with the least interesting fruit.
Yeah, like there's so many other fruits like stone fruit, berries, bananas that are just heaps better tasting. And to me, like melons are like the garlic of the fruit world. You can just taste it in anything.
The garlic of the fruit world. What's the worst of those melons? Watermelon, rock melon, or...
Look, they're pretty on par, but I think watermelon, just because you see it everywhere more.
is the worst.
No way!
I had a sorbet, like my husband's like, try it. It's berry and it's got some watermelon in it. I could taste the watermelon. I'm like, no. Can't
Yes,
deal.
I just love this. You are a melanist, and that's and that's how it will stay. You are in the draw for first class and 50K, my girl, and throwing in a pair of Qantas pajamas as well, which money can't buy. Kim, what is your sweeping statement?
Yeah, my sweeping statement is that shepherd avocados are much better than Haas avocados.
Wow.
Why?
Sorry.
Oh, no, please don't apologise. You've got to remember the rules. You're safe here. So it is shepherd season at the moment, which to me is the worst
Sucks.
season. It's the worst season. Why do you love them?
Well, first of all, they're a little bit cheaper, which is always good.
That is true.
And second of all, I just whip them up in this little food processor with some feta and some lemon, and I feel like the texture is creamier, and I like it.
Look at her. She's going to die on this hill.
Do you have taste buds, Kim?
I do. It's creamier. It's a good texture.
All right, okay.
Yes,
Qantas
honestly.
PJs, and you're in the draw for first class and 50K. I don't want to say that again. I'm just going to say all of you, you're in that. Okay.
Yes.
Kelly, what is your sweeping statement?
My sweeping statement is that all hankies should be outlawed
Why?
Yes.
Why?
because are just, oh my God, vomit worthy. They're disgusting. They're just, cringeworthy.
What is it about them that really ticks you off?
The thing that gets me is everyone, is so worried about catching anything, but then people will go and use a hanky and they just keep going in and out. And
That's a really good point. Like in COVID, Kelly,
yeah.
we were all wearing masks, yet old Trevor is still wiping his mucus into his hanky and putting it in his back
Exactly.
pocket. Gross.
Exactly.
Small correction there, Jack, and you will be with me on this, Kel. It's never in the back pocket. It's under the cuff of your it's under the cuff of your top.
Gross.
Yeah.
I love it. First class and 50K for you, Kel. And let's finish with Luke. Hello, Luke.
Hi, Chrissy.
What is your sweeping statement?
I know this one's going to annoy you, but mine is that Pink and Taylor Swift are overrated and overplayed.
Yes.
You're the only one that doesn't get in the draw for first class and 50K. Apologies, Luke.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Chris Hemsworth is under fire for a violent birthday prank on his son. The word violent here is hilarious to me.
Is it so not violent?
Well, I don't think it's very violent. I would hate it, but it's not violent. It's obviously a family tradition to push the birthday boy or girl's face into the cake. So there's a photograph of them. They've obviously just had dinner. They're all casually dressed. They're at home. It's just a normal birthday. And there's a chocolate cake there. And for his twins, he's got two twins, Sasha and Tristan, I think they're called. And they just turned 9. And the mum, Elsa, and the other twin are pushing the kid's head into the cake.
I love that it's Elsa doing it and Chris is quite strategically standing far back because if Chris were to do that, he'd kill his son and put his head through the table.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's so true.
We'll let Elsa do the cake face.
Yes, and I feel, do you reckon, looking at that photograph, that it's a family tradition? You know, families have got their weird things that they do. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like my friend's got a family tradition where everyone decorates a special chair and that person has that chair for their birthday. I think it's a Dutch thing and I love that. But I was just thinking about family traditions and they are odd when you're not in the family and you see them for the first time.
Yeah, they look mega lame.
Like imagine if you were there enjoying a sausage roll at the Hemsworths and then all of a sudden they're forcing the kid's face into a cake.
I've never been smashed in the face by cake, but I don't think I'd like it.
Oh, you would hate
I don't
it.
think it's for me.
I've never been either and they do it at weddings a lot and I find it really...
That's just rude too.
I think it's humiliating.
People have had their hair and makeup done too.
I know.
They've paid
I
money.
just don't see the point of it. I mean, each to their own. But one of my exes, his family would have like big dinners and lunches and whatever, for occasions. And they had this huge dining table and they would always have place names.
Ah.
And I hated it.
Did you?
Yes, because I don't know Uncle Ron and Auntie Norma.
Yeah, Uncle Ron might get handsy.
But you know what I mean? I'm a very sort of shy person. I want to be next to my boyfriend.
Totally.
Or like someone that I know. And they would, and do you know what? They would not only have place names for everybody, they would mix it up so that nobody was sitting next to someone they knew. They did that on purpose.
I hate that.
Oh, it's just so, it defies logic.
And at that age and in that scenario, you're not confident enough to do a little switcheroo because they'd obviously know. Like at events, I'll switch.
Oh, no, there was no switcherooing. No.
See, one that I hate, matching pajamas on Christmas Eve or Christmas morning, I think is the cringiest, lamest, most soul-destroying thing one can do. And the need to share it on Instagram and think it's cute.
Okay, I'm going to take back those Easter-themed pajamas I've bought for you and me for our last show.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.